These are the 3 biggest reasons why people don't get more done in a day. And don't worry, I'm going to give you some quick and easy ways to avoid these in the future. I've been working on my productivity for a long time, and during this time, believe me, I have made so many mistakes and seen others make similar mistakes. Let's face it, nobody likes to fail, so let's do something about it. Okay, so the first mistake that I did, and I've seen loads of other people do, is missing the planning stage or skipping this stage out altogether. Now, this stage is really important, and there's several things that you need to do while planning for your productivity. So the first thing is the idea of prioritizing the important tasks, the tasks that you need to get done. And remember, you should be always thinking about must do, need to do, want to do in that order, and really prioritizing those tasks that need to be completed straight away. The next part of the planning stage is this idea that people have massive projects and they use that project as a task. So they sort of like write a task to create a video for YouTube. Well, really and truly, this is made up of several smaller tasks. And this is what you need to do in the planning stage. Sort of like think, right, that's a project. Let's break it down to tasks and then work on those. Next, in the planning stage, think about those tasks that should be on hold, i.e. you can't complete them because you're waiting for somebody to give you some more information or new piece of equipment to arrive. And you should, in your task manager, have this ability to put tasks on hold rather than just leaving them there and thinking, I can't finish my to-do list today. Okay, the second biggest mistake I see with productivity and getting more done in a day is people claiming they can multitask. Now, this is so popular, and we almost like think we are more productive if we multitask, but that is not the case at all. Your brain will not be able to focus effectively on one thing, and you're likely to spend more time doing that task if you're flitting between tasks. So one of the things that is really important to do is, like I said, in that planning stage, prioritize your tasks and then focus on one task at a time. If you manage to become more focused rather than multitasking, you will also complete your task to a much higher standard, which generally means that you won't have to repeat them. And the third mistake that lots of people make is that they overload their due today list. They put too many tasks on it. So they're really setting themselves up for failure right at the beginning. A lot of people want to almost like demonstrate to themselves that they have a lot to do in that day. And so what they will do is that they will write this huge list of everything, almost to say, oh, I've got far too much to do. And what we should be thinking is, right, I've got a lot to do, but how can I organize it better? The other thing that you want to make sure is that you don't just have one to-do list. Your tasks should be categorized into areas, and I've made a video on that, and I'll link it in the description below if you want to read more about it. But this idea that you should have a whole load of task lists, lists with the tasks on, and then what you should do is curate what you're going to do today from those lists. So rather than just having one huge list with everything on that you have to do in the world, what you should have is separate lists, all categorized, and then draw on them to actually make the to-do list. When you've created your do today list, try to think realistically about the time you have, and it's much better to put less tasks on it and get them completed and then possibly add more, rather than overloading it and never getting to the end. Remember, celebrating success is an important aspect of productivity and getting more done in the day. And even if you put 2 tasks on your list and then you succeed, then that celebration will motivate you intrinsically to carry on and do more. So don't overload those lists, and if possible put less on, and then you can celebrate and then possibly do more. And there you have it, the 3 biggest mistakes that people make while trying to get more done in a day, with some simple remedies to prevent them from happening. And if you would like to see some easy ways to becoming more productive or getting more done in a day, then watch this video next.